seriously, don't do this again. Just want to, no, don't do this again. Oh, now. Right. Okay, well that was fun. Do that every time I log in. Right, so I'm recording this so in case someone at some point decides to watch these live streams, wonders what the heck I'm up to. Oh, hang on. Technical. Live streaming. What's up?
Apparently my antivirus isn't logged in on my computer.
Sorry?
Apparently Sophos logged itself out on my computer.
Antivirus?
Yeah.
I'll have a look tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay. So what we're up to with the kit. I've been doing some sanding off camera. Just trying to get some of the panel smooth that I've glued on. This has got a little bit more work to do. A couple of spots need some filler. The majority of it though is coming up fine. I've been working on those there, which are the weapons stations. A little bit of work on the back here on the tail, which seems to come up quite nicely. So it is definitely getting there. And to sort of keep the momentum going, I've decided I'm going to go ahead and put the wings on. So that means I have to start assembling them. So looking at instructions, pretty straightforward. I'm going to do these flaps first, and then we'll put the wings together. See how they glue together. If they glue together smoothly, I might skip this step for now. and go across and assemble them, and then I can see if there's any filler required on the wings as well, and I can do that and a little bit of filler at the front at the same time. It's the thinking. Okay. So it looks like we're going to need these. 15 and 8. It's supposed to be a tab? No. Let them dry for a bit and then I'll put some other glue on them. So I might just cut out the wings, which are huge. I think this will even fit on screen. I'll try. It doesn't quite even fit on the camera. But that's the all the bits and pieces of the wings and the tail. Can't use those, they'll be a bit too delicate for this. There's something got a bit more chunk to it. Okay. rest out while I'm at it. These are quite chunky pieces. So I'm trying an angle on these to cut. It's a lot of plastic. Alright, let's get these sorted. Okay. It's a big wing. Let's just do a dry fit and see how we go. Yeah, as you'd expect, being a Tamiya, that's a pretty good fit. Now, do I have to have these glued before I put them in? Can I put them in afterwards, is what I'm trying to say. No, looks like I'm going to have to glue those. That's part of the assembly look of it. Let's try that again. I'd much rather do them separate. I've got the right parts, I guess the other question. Yes, I have. Yeah, it looks like you have to glue them as part of the assembly. Can't put them in later. Okay. So we're going to have to do some tidying up. I don't want to tidy up any joins I don't have to until I've glued it. So this is the main area here. Just need to make sure that's got nothing that's going to foul it. Right, so this is going to be the main ones. Let's clean these ends up. Using a fairly fine grit here because I'm just worried I'm going to sand away too much material. So I don't want to take away any more than I have to. Let's see what that looks like. Goes in, no, wrong wing. Right wing. Yeah, someone. Wrong one. There we go. Okay. Should be okay. See how we go. I'll start off with this glue. And then we'll go back around the edges with the other glue. Mr. Smedes. These ribs are actually reinforcement given the size of the actual mould. Alright, that should be enough. Like that, first go. So before this all sets, that's the top of the wing. Not that one. That one. If I glued together, I've sanded the wrong one. After all that, I did. You don't normally see this stuff on your YouTube videos once they've been edited. Let's try that. There we go. Still got the same. Okay. I'm going to do the same now because it's going to be too hard to sand it once it's in place. Okay. Alright. So that's one. I'm not going to worry about running the cement S around until I've glued this one and I can see whether the angle for those flaps are the same on both, because if they're not, I'm going to have to pull it apart and redo it. So, one. Get that way. Oh. So if you line up this end towards the wing root, I've got glue on my finger. It seems to then just all line up properly, which is nice. So the bit I'm trying to check is just the angle of these flaps. I want to make sure they're basically the same. Otherwise it's going to look rather strange on the model. And this one moves. I suppose they both do. So let's see if we can fix that. Okay. Alright, they look okay. I was hoping to put these on the plane tonight, but I think I'm going to have to leave them overnight and do a bit of sanding and just a little bit of test fitting, make sure everything's okay before I do that. So tonight it's just going to be a case of putting the glue on these. Let them dry overnight. And I'll sand them and test fit them tomorrow. Be very careful, because if I take too much material away from here, I'm going to end up with gaps on the body, which I don't want. You can see also this has got 2 holes, because this has 2 screws used to hold it to the body, or the fuselage if you like, when I go to put them on. Yeah, pretty chunky bit of plastic once it's done. Has this bit of overlap between the bottom and the top, this piece here. Never a fan of that. Don't know why model companies do it. There must be a reason. Maybe it's to add strength or something. But if it's going to be a problem, it's always there. Okay. Let's do this one. Some finger marks on it. Yeah, because looking at the model, the fuselage, these bits actually butt up against the top of the fuselage, so if these aren't right, it's going to create fit issues, and I'm going to have to use filler and stuff. So I think leaving this to dry overnight and then just gently sort of sanding, fettling, testing until I get it right, it's probably a smart move. A bit more patience at the front end, probably going to save me some grief later. overall fit of this model's been pretty good, particularly for a 90s kit. It was definitely pretty much state of the art when it came out, for sure. Okay, so there's our two wings, massive things that they are, and I'm going to leave them to dry overnight, and then I can come back tomorrow and start the process of trying to get them to fit neatly onto the body. Alright, short broadcast, but anyway, at least you know what the latest is, and I'll do a bit more tomorrow. See ya.